driving down a back road with you beside me, kicking back, reminiscing on the good days. That's where you'll find me. And I hope I ain't losing myself again, but right now I think that I might be. Pick myself up and I just go again. There ain't nothing that be stopping my dream. I'll take you anywhere, anywhere you wanna go, just tell me something. In this life I'm only needing one thing, and I think that might be you, my dear. I'll take you somewhere where the sun shines bright from the day to the night time. Hope you hear me loud and clear, cause I think I'm lost without you. Are you listening, darling? Look where we started, breaking in half, left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here? Yeah. Are you listening, darling? Look where we started, breaking in half, left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here? Take me home, cause I wanna feel like I belong. They relate to all this pain in my past, so they listen to my song. So let's go back to where it began and where it all started from. Take this chance, one last dance, cause I've been waiting way too long. Take my hand, I wanna show you something. Promise I've been dying to see ya. They say the grass ain't always greener. I guess what they're saying is true. In my dreams, that's where I seen her. Take my heart and take all of me, girl. Let me show you what I wanna do. I wanna spend the rest of my life with you. Are you listening, darling? Look where we started, breaking in half, left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here? Are you listening, darling? Look where we started, breaking in half, left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Yeah, where do we go from here? Are you listening, darling? Are you listening, darling? Are you listening, darling? Look where we started, breaking in half, left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here?
Hello and welcome back, everybody, to another live stream. So it is Monday, the 19th of August. And of course, we are going to take a look at Bitcoin. We're going to go through what is currently going on with Bitcoin. We're going to take a look at what I'm doing, okay, in terms of trades, right? Take a look at the trades that I'm in, take a look at the trades that I am planning for. And yeah, anything else, of course, that you guys want to take a look at, and anything, well, any questions, of course, that you guys may have, I'll be more than happy to answer those. So yeah, that's what we are going to be, of course, doing today. So if that all sounds interesting, please do smash that thumbs up button. Subscribe as well, of course, if you are new to the channel, and turn that bell notification on so you never miss updates like this. But enough of that, let's jump straight on into the charts and yeah, take a look at what is going on, right? So to be perfectly honest with you, it's quite boring at the moment. I understand, okay, and even for myself, it's very quiet at the moment. Nothing's really happening. We're not seeing huge volatility, and I mean, we don't always need to see that, and we can take advantage of times like this where there is low volatility. But even for me at this moment in time, it's I'm not really too interested in any of the trades on the lower time frames at this moment in time. I'm quite happy with how I'm positioned in the market. At this moment in time, I'm in one trade and one trade only, and that is a long trade, right? From around $54,000, as you can see down here, and I have realized, okay, I've already taken profit on this trade, so I have realized just a little over $2,000. And I still have some unrealized profits in that trade as well, because the margin in the trade is still $2,267. So yeah, still have a nice amount of capital in there. So I am happy with how long I am and how long I am on the market at this moment in time. Okay, I'm quite happy. I'm quite content with where I am. Okay, where I'm sat in the market now. Of course, it would be nice to be in a short trade because at this moment in time, yes, we are in some bearish market structure. There was a more intraday short trade from up here. I do understand that. I still do think that we can see higher prices for Bitcoin, to be perfectly honest with you. I think we can see, up to at least $67,000. Does it mean it's going to happen? No, of course not. And this is why I've protected myself. Okay, and I've told the team that protecting ourselves right now is probably the best thing to do. Right, so if we take a look at the Visionary Discord, originally, okay, you can see all the way back here. So we entered into the long trade on the 5th of August. I told the team I'm taking a swing long from the failed auction. Okay, and just to give you a bit of a heads up, when I'm talking about like a swing long, right, this is like for me a big position. Okay, this is a big position that I'm looking to hold open for an extensive period of time. Right, it's a swing trade. Right, it's not a day trade. Okay. Normally what I'll say is I'm taking an intraday trade here, or I'm taking let's say I take a scalp trade. I'm taking a scalp trade here, or in this case, right, I'm taking a swing long. So for me, when I'm taking a swing trade, I'm usually entering into the trade with a little bit more capital. With this trade, I haven't entered into the trade with as much capital, and there's a reason for that. Okay, because usually what I would do is I would enter into a swing trade with large capital and have a stop loss, whereas in this case, right, I did not have a stop loss in this trade. Okay, I just put an amount of capital that I was willing to, to lose. Okay, and my stop loss was actually my liquidation. Okay, that's what I did on this trade because the invalidation was so deep. So I thought, okay, right, let's just put a chunk of money, a chunk of capital that I'm okay with losing. Okay, and if of course we do come down, we liquidate, fine, right, that's my stop loss anyway. So that's why I've entered into this trade with a little bit less than I usually would if I was taking a swing trade, but still, right, you can clearly see here, right, it's still maybe some really nice profits, right? So from entering into the trade on the 5th of August where we are now, during that time, I took it much sooner, of course, but from when did we actually take profit on this trade here? So from the 5th to taking the TP1 on the 8th, was it the 8th? Yeah. So 3 days, okay, 3 days, $2,000 profit, right? It's not a bad 3 days whatsoever. Okay, it's not a bad 3 days whatsoever. So for me, like I said, right, I'm quite comfortable with how long I am in the market. I'm quite happy with how long I am on the market at this moment in time. So there is no rush for me to be rushing into a low probability trade. Okay, just entering into a trade for the sake of it, or just completely closing this trade. Yes, I could close this trade and be quite happy with the profit, of course. Yes, but of course, I have higher price targets for this trade. I would like to see higher price targets. And of course, if we come down, we get stopped out. Okay, we have a plan for that, right? We have a plan. It's always really, really important, in my opinion. And this is what's really helped me, right? Is to have a plan. Okay, have a plan on what is going on. And of course, today, that's what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about that plan, right, that I have. So, of course, we took a TP1 on that, told the team here at that value area low. Again, I was planning to take a TP1 at that value area low, right? So for any regular watchers here or any of the Visionary members, you will know, right, I've been saying ever since before I entered into that trade, and ever since I entered into that trade, I was looking for that TP1 at value area low. You can even see it here. Okay, so this is when price was at $55,000. I was telling the team here, value area low at approximately value area low at approximately $61,500 is my first target. Right, that's what I said when price was down at 55,000. Okay, that was the plan that I had. Right, I remained patient. I waited for it. Okay, and then we saw that rise up to the value area low. Right, yes. Okay, when we tapped the value area low, it was then $61,200 because, of course, you have to remember these value areas are actually, they are changing as price goes on. So yeah, that's when I realized some profit on that trade. And we were looking, of course, for the reclaim of value area low to look for $67,000, right? So we're looking for a reclaim of value area low for $67,000, which is, of course, the POC, right? But at this moment in time, we are failing to get above that value area low, right? So where are we? Okay, well, we are sat just below, okay, the value area low, right? And we've continuously right, rejected off of this value area low, okay, because what we've been seeing is that a lot of long trades have actually been taking profit at the value area low, right, i.e. myself as well, right, so I'm adding to this, okay, but what we were seeing, right, we were seeing lots of really beautiful long trades opening up on the move up, but then what we saw, okay, and we can actually take a look at it as well on Exo charts. Let's have a look at it on, just to give us a bit of an easier view of it. Let's take a look at it on the 8 hour, right? So initially, okay, what we can see coming up into a high, okay, is we can see lots of negative delta coming in and open interest decreasing, right? And for me, right, I'm looking at this and thinking, oh, right, okay, this is longs getting stopped out. But, okay, we have to remember where we are, okay? It's not longs getting stopped out. It's longs taking profit. Why is it longs taking profit? Well, because we're seeing, we're seeing all of this happen at highs, okay? We're seeing it all at highs, right? We don't tend to see long trades getting wrecked at the peak of a move, right? We don't tend to see them getting wrecked there. Yes, we'll see a few getting wrecked there, right? But when we see a large amount of trades when we see a large amount of negative delta and open interest decreasing at a high of a move, we can tell, okay, that is actually longs taking profit, right? So what we're seeing is a lot of longs taking profit at that value area low, okay, and that of course puts sells into the markets. What does sells into the market do? Well, they push the price lower, right? So we're seeing longs take profit at the value area low, pushing the price lower. But then as price pulls back, what are we then seeing again, right? We're seeing longs open up again, as you can see here on this pullback down, right? After lots of longs took profit up here, okay, we saw 22 million new long trades coming in. Okay, 22 million new long trades there, 12 million there, right? We've actually seen 32 million in this candle here as well. Okay, so we've seen, a lot of these long trades coming in at these lows, right? Which of course is then pushing price back up. Okay, but as price comes back up into that value area low, we're seeing the same thing. We're seeing those longs take profit. Okay, and we're seeing price pull back, right? We know the value area low is a level of resistance. Okay, and this fixed range, right, as amazing as it is, okay, and as previously not that many people knew about it, which is why it was so amazing. We are starting to see a lot more traders, okay, new traders starting to use this fixed range, right? It is becoming it's becoming more of a broader used tool within the trading space, right? And that tends to mean that we see bigger reactions, okay, at these levels, okay, and they become a little bit stronger, right, because more people are of course paying attention to them, but with that as well, okay, it can also cause what we like to call like fake outs as well, right? So this is something that I don't think we have to be worried about at this moment in time, but I think in the future, as more people become aware of this tool, it's one of those where maybe we can look to counter trade it rather than, of course, doing the standard thing where we're looking for shorts at the high, okay, longs at the low. Who knows what direction it's going to go in? I don't know. Okay, at this moment in time, I know how it works. Okay, and we are using it to its full potential. Right, so we're looking for longs below that value area low, right, and we're looking for shorts, of course, above that value area high. But this could change in the future. I don't know, but at this moment in time, it is still working this way. Okay, and of course, the value area low, POC, value area high, they are acting as strong resistances. Okay, so for me, okay, of course, that was just a really nice take profit point, and you can see that we've been struggling to get above this value area low. We are struggling to get above this value area low at this moment in time, and we could just update it a little bit as well. Just to see what the updated view of it is. So it hasn't really changed, to be honest with you. It hasn't really changed whatsoever. Neither has the POC, right? So that POC for me is still a target. But to get up to that target of $67,000, to get up to that POC, right, what do we need? Okay, well, we need to reclaim that value area low, right? When I say a reclaim, it doesn't mean a break above it. Okay, it doesn't mean a break above it. Okay, it means we break above it, back test at support, okay, and then we get a nice bullish reaction off of the level. Okay, so we see some nice long trades, let's say, coming in. Does this mean I long? No, of course not. I'm in a long trade from down here, right? A really, really nice long trade from a really, really good level. Okay. Yes, I guess you could add to the trade. But for me, adding to a trade here or entering into a long trade here is FOMOing, right? I believe that is just FOMOing. The time to have gotten into the long trade was down here. If you're getting into the trade any time after that, right, you are just FOMOing into that trade. Right? You are FOMOing into the trade. You are then, trading like a retail trader. Again, if you're a regular watcher of the channel, you will know, right, we don't like to trade like retail traders here. We like to, look what the retail traders are doing. Okay, and once we spot that the retail traders are, about to get wrecked, that's when we want to get in. Okay, or there's another perspective of it as well. When the majority of the market has been wrecked, right? So when the majority of the market, the majority of retail traders have been completely wiped out of the market, that's another really, really good time to get into the market. And then, of course, you have that third style, if you want to call it that as well, where we're looking for where the big institutions are. Okay, but that kind of that ties in with it all as well. But we entered into this long trade. Why? Okay, well, first of all, we had the failed auction of the range low. Okay, but also this was that style of trading where the majority of the market had been completely wiped out. Over 500 million long trades were wiped out on this move down. Right, that offers us a perfect entry. Okay, not for a short trade, but for a long trade, and it works the other way as well. If we see a huge amount of short trades getting wrecked, okay, it offers a really good opportunity for not long trades, okay, but short trades, right? When you see the majority of the market getting completely wrecked, right, you want that, that offers a really, really good opportunity to get in. Okay, again, this is exactly what happened here as well. We didn't see short trades opening up here. We didn't see short trades opening up here. What did we see? Okay, we saw a huge amount of the market getting completely wrecked, right, on this move down here and on this move down here. This is another trade that we took as well. Okay, this was a long trade that we took. Okay, and that was a really, really nice long trade. Why? Okay, well, it all comes back to what I spoke about a few live streams ago, okay, where we have a good move up, okay, which then tends to be followed by a bad move down, okay, where from there a bad move down is usually followed by a good move up. Okay, when I say a good move up, we see new trades opening. Okay, so again, back here, right, we saw let's go back even further. Okay, we saw a bad move down. How do we know this was a bad move down? Well, this was a bad move down because open interest was decreasing. So this was traders getting wrecked, okay, which was then followed by a good move up. Why do we know it's a good move up? Because open interest is increasing. Okay, we know that new trades are opening, which is then followed by a bad move down. Okay, which is, of course, money flowing out of the market. This is traders getting wrecked. Okay, and then what is that followed by? Okay, open interest increasing, money flowing into the market, new trades opening up, a good move up. Okay, this is what we tend to see a lot of the time in the markets, right? This is what we tend to see a lot of the time in the markets. And why does this happen? Okay, why does this happen? Well, a good move up, okay, if you think about it logically, okay, is going to be followed up by a bad move down. Okay, if you think about it logically, that's how the markets work. Why? Because markets aren't going to go up constantly, right? Markets trend, right? You have uptrends, you have downtrends, okay? You have slight pullbacks, okay? After a slight pullback, you have a reversal, right? Price doesn't just go in one steady increase, okay, or one steady decrease, right? So if you have lots of new long trades opening up, okay, open interest increasing, okay, what happens if price starts to pull back slightly? Okay, well, you have lots of these new long trades, right? And these long trades, they're not invincible, right? If price starts to pull back, the long trades that have long the high, right, or are over leveraged, right, can very, very quickly become trapped, very quickly become underwater. Again, because these are retail traders, they are very emotional traders. We consider retail traders emotional traders. They are very emotional in these markets, right? What does that lead into? Okay, well, that leads into them becoming very, very, very fearful very quickly. Okay, and they start to cover, right? They either cover because they're scared of turning this winning trade into a losing trade. So they think, oh, I'm just going to take this profit here. They, of course, cover, so they sell into the market, pushing the price lower, right? And then what happens is, as they're covering, they're selling into the market, they're pushing price into more long trades, right? Who are either long again from a very bad price, i.e., near the top of the move, or are over leveraged. Okay, then they are then forced to cover as well. Again, selling into the market, pushing the price lower. And it's that domino effect that I talk about all of the time, right? It's just longs selling, right? Longs closing and selling into the market, which then pushes into the longs below them. They do the same thing. They sell into the market, and it's just that domino effect, right? It's just that domino effect. And then that's why you have a bad move down. Why? Because money is flowing out of the market, right? Longs are closing. Okay, we're not seeing shorts open up. This move down isn't fueled by short trades opening. Okay, this is fueled by long trades getting wrecked. Right, it works the opposite way as well. Right, if this was open interest increasing on this move down, this would be new shorts coming in. Right, new shorts coming in. Right, would then usually be followed by a bit of a rubbish move up. Okay, so a move up, but open interest decreasing. Why? Okay, well, because we've had lots of short trades open up here, right? We're going to have short traders who shorted the low. Okay, they were going to come trapped traders, right? Maybe they've over leveraged themselves. So when price does have a little bit of a rise, they become fearful. Okay, they cover, right? Short covering is buying into the market, right? Short covering is buying into the market, right? Which means it's going to push the price higher. And then again, it's the domino effect, right? The shorts that cover buy into the market, pushing the price higher, into more shorts who have to cover, buying into the market, push the price higher, into more shorts, right? And it's just that domino effect. And that's why you get a rubbish move up, okay, if you've had a good move down, right? So for me, right, at this moment in time, okay, or sorry, when I've entered into this trade, this is what I'm thinking, right? We've had a rubbish move down, okay? We've then been presented with a long trade setup, okay? We've then been presented with the long trade setup, which was the failed auction of the range low, like I told the team here. Okay, so we've been presented with that, right? That's the setup. That's what we act on. Of course, we can use Elliott Wave to help us determine things. We can use trends like we're doing at this moment, right? With these continuous lower highs, continuous lower lows, this bearish structure. We're using this trend to determine, okay, price has now formed a new low. We're probably looking quite likely to come back up and form another lower high. Right, we've had a setup, right? We've used the advanced analysis. We've looked at the XO charts. We understand that a lot of the market have been wrecked. Okay, we've then looked at a failed auction. Okay, we've entered into this trade. Right now, what we are relying on, okay, is of course all of that analysis that we've done. Right, where we have the continuous lower highs, the continuous lower lows. We have this bearish market structure. We're looking for price to come up for another lower high. Right. Maybe we don't see another lower high, right? Maybe we come up and break that bearish structure, right? Of course, that is a possibility as well, right? But, okay, at this moment in time, the trend that I'm looking at is, of course, that bearish market structure. Yes, I'm not looking for this long to be open up until all-time high, okay? I understand that that's a possibility, yes, right, to keep this long trade open up to all-time high. But of course, we need to break that bearish market structure first. And at this moment in time, the probabilities of that are less likely, okay, than for us to continue this bearish structure that we are in. Okay, so I've built a good a good valid reason why I should be looking for higher prices. Okay, and you can see it's worked, right? It's worked out. It's played out in my favor. Okay, I've taken profit on the long trade already. Okay, so the thesis has worked. Okay, the thesis has worked. Is it going to continue higher? I would expect so. I would expect it to for price to rise a little bit more. But of course, nothing is ever 100%, right? We are at resistance with this value area low. We may continue to get rejected from it. We come back down. Okay, of course, then I have that long trade plan from down there. Okay, then I have that long trade plan, which of course I will talk about as well. Okay. But again, right, we're just looking at trends here, right? I'm using the advanced analysis to help me get into the trades. Okay, and going back to that XO charts as well, right? We can see that long trades have been opening, right? We've had right. Let's just look at this in a on the CVD. Okay, so we've had Delta was at 784 million. Okay, the cumulative volume Delta, right? We can actually get the exact number actually, I think. So yeah, we were at, so we get the running total of CVD here. So we were at minus 733, okay? Minus 733 at the bottom of the move, right? This was at the bottom of the move. Then price started to rise. Where at the high of the move, the running total of Delta, right? Well, that's 609 million. Okay, so we've had an increase, right, in the running total of cumulative volume Delta, right? We've had an increase of, what was it again? So we've had an increase of, so where were we? So 600, okay, and there. So we've had an increase of 130, let's call it 130 or 140 million, right? We've had an increase of 140 million, okay, to get Delta from 733 to where are we here, 609, okay? So we've had a pretty big increase, right? And what has open interest been doing? Okay, well, open interest has been increasing as well. Why? Because at the start of the move again, our open interest was down at 740 million, right? And then at the kind of like peak of the move where it started to taper off, right, we were at 851 million, right? So just looking at that, we know for a fact that new long trades were opening up. So that's what was driving the price higher, right? So this is exactly what what I've just been talking about there, right? Where you have a rubbish move down, you're expecting a good move up. Okay, yes, now we're starting to see open interest sort of flat, okay, and we're starting to see lots of negative delta come in as well. Why are we seeing this? Well, price now isn't trending in one direction, okay, i.e. trending up. We are now consolidating sideways, right? So you tend to then see open interest when you're consolidating sideways. You do tend to see open interest do the exact same thing, right? And you then also tend to see that with the CVD and the delta as well. Okay, but initially the thesis was there, right? Again, just going off of what I've explained to you, right? A bad move down is then usually followed by a good move up, okay? Example here as well, right? Bad move down because open interest was decreasing, right? Delta was getting negative over time as well, right? What was it then followed by? Well, it was then followed by a good move up because open interest is increasing over time. And then, the running total of CVD, cumulative volume Delta, is also increasing over time as well, right? So we know that that was a good move up, followed by a bad move down, good move up, right? Has this move been as good as this previous move here? No, of course not, right? Not every move is going to be the same. This is what we have to understand, okay? But maybe, right, if we can get above that value area low, we can do what I'm thinking we may do, okay, where we come up to $67,000, right? What does that have to be fueled by? Well, that does have to be, okay, fueled. This is exactly what I was saying last time I took the long trade from down here as well, okay? This move up has to be fueled by new long trades coming in, exactly like this one here, right? Exactly like I was saying back here. I wonder. So like the 6th of Jan, I wonder if I said it in the Discord. I know that I said it in the daily market updates. But when you have a bad move down, okay, and then you get a good move up, right? When you have a bad move down, okay, there's no way that you can have a bad move up, really, right? Why? Because there's no short trades to stop out. Okay, when you've had a bad move down, there's no short trades to stop out on the way up. Yes, there may be a little, a little bit, but it's not really enough for the market to get completely wiped out, right? So the move up has to be fueled by long trades, new long trades coming in, right? Like, okay, the good move up is of course fueled by new long trades coming in, right? That's what causes the bad move down, right? Why does it cause the bad move down? Because the long trades get wrecked. right? The long trades get completely wiped out of the markets, and it works the other way as well. A bad move down, a good move down is then, like I said earlier, followed by a bad move up. Why? Okay, because those short trades are getting wrecked. But then after that, you wouldn't expect a bad move down. Okay, you would expect another good move down, right? For then another bad move up, because on that move down, right, what has happened, right? On that good move down, okay, what has happened? New short trades have opened up, right? So on a rise, okay, it is most likely going to be fueled by those shorts getting stopped. No new long trades have to come in. Okay, the shorts can wreck themselves. Okay, the shorts can completely wreck themselves by literally just sitting on their trade. It's what we see a lot of the time. It's exactly what we see a lot of the time. But yeah, I was going to have a look here. I'm pretty sure I said it back there, 6th of July. So where are we here? So this was not the. Here was the long trade. Okay, so here, this is it, right? This is exactly what I've just been talking about, I'm pretty sure. With the previous long from the previous range low, we had a strong reason to look for higher prices due to the fact we had millions of trap shorts at the low. We don't have trap shorts at the low this time around. So there is no reason for price to rise at the moment. However, if we see millions of new longs coming into the market, then I would see a reason for price to rise. Okay, so there is no reason for price to rise. We have to start to see those new long trades coming in. We have to rely on the new longs coming in, okay, to push the price higher, right? But, right, that's what you tend to see. It happens time and time again. Once the majority of the market get wrecked, exactly like what happened on this move down here, huge portion of the market got wrecked. Okay, what does it offer? Well, it offers a perfect long entry. Of course, when you see a huge portion of the market getting wrecked, does it mean buy? No. Okay, you of course have to use your analysis, okay, and find those trade setups, okay, find those highest probability trade setups. But again, like Elliott wave, okay, like bullish and bearish market structure, okay, it doesn't give you an entry price. Okay, of course you use your advanced analysis for that. Okay, but it gives you a good understanding on where price is most likely going to go. When the majority of the market gets completely wiped out, okay, right, on a move down, you can look for price to rise. Right, that's just what happens within the markets. Right, it is just what happens. Okay, why? Okay, because who wants to short on a huge move down, right? And anyone that does short on a huge move down does tend to get wrecked. Why? Because they tend to short the low, right? They do tend to short the low. Okay, of course, you can get those big black swan events where price just does not stop going down. I understand that as well. Okay, but again, you know, when you're seeing periods of you know, huge capitulation events like that, you then don't tend to see your setups, okay, using the advanced analysis that you're looking at. Okay, you don't tend to see the setups anyway. They don't tend to present themselves. They don't tend to give you that entry trigger. Okay, so yeah, for now, right, we need to rely on long trades opening up for this long trade to continue to continue to pay, right? To continue to pay, we need to see new long trades coming in, right? And none of these long trades taking profit at value area low. And initially, we would like to see new long trades actually entering as price is rising as well. Okay, but then what we have to remember, okay, what we have to remember is these long trades that will potentially be opening up are the first ones that are going to get wrecked as price starts to pull back, right? We are in a really good position. Like I said, okay, we're in that long trade from around $54,000. Okay, we have pretty much longs the low. Okay, not the exact low, I understand. Okay, but you know, in terms of this range that we are in, okay, we have long the low, right? So we are going to be if we didn't take profit, if we didn't move our stop loss to entry, we would be one of the last group of people to get wrecked, okay, if price did start to see a big move down, right? But of course, we've positioned ourselves in such a way where we can profit, okay, and we will not get wrecked, okay? Why? Because we've taken a TP1, we've moved the stop loss to entry, right? So we've now positioned ourselves in a really, really good way, okay? And then we understand what the trend has been, okay? Failed auction for the short trade. We took that short trade there. Swing failure pattern for the short trade. We took that short trade there. Why? Millions and millions of long trades were opening up at these highs, expecting all-time high, okay? How do we know this? Well, we went over to ExoCharts. We understood it, okay? We understood it here. And I can't show you that far back, but I'll show you on this previous example. This one here as well, exact same setup. We had a failed auction of the range high. Again, I didn't take this trade myself. I missed this trade, unfortunately, but some of the team did take that over in the Discord. Why? Because we gave this in the daily market update. That was this was it here, okay? This was the short trade that we were looking at, right, from that high there, okay? Why? Well, we understood the assignment. We understood what was going on here. We understood that there were millions of new long trades coming in at the high, right? We then formed the failed auction or the swing failure pattern, okay, whatever time frame you're looking at it on. And we saw price pull back, right? Look, 52 million long trades opened up at the high, okay? 52 million long trades opened up at the high. We formed the failed auction here, right? You can see already 28 million long trades had been wrecked on that move down, okay? Then you can start to see some shorts opening up, right? You've got 45 million shorts opening up. That's not good news whatsoever for those long trades, right? Price comes down, right? You can see 32 million longs getting wrecked there. You can see 22 million longs getting wrecked there. You can see 67 million longs getting wrecked there. You can see 63 million longs getting wrecked there. You can see 116 million longs getting wrecked there. Right now, you may say, oh, but only 52 long trades opened up at the high. But you have to remember how many long trades opened up on this move up. Okay, how many? I'm not even going to count, right? 23 million, 30 million, 17, 10, 43, 60, 20, 22, 8, 16, 46 million, 20 million, right? Huge amount of long trades, an incredible amount of long trades open up here, okay? And what happened? They all got wrecked on the move down, okay? So exactly that, right? This is what we have to plan for, right? We're in this long trade, great. Do I think we're going to go to all-time high? Possibly, okay? But I understand what the trend is at the moment, okay? And the trend is that we come up, right, to a major pivotal point. We then see a bit of a pullback. We come back up again. We take out that local high, okay, for a failed auction, for a swing failure pattern, whatever it may be, right? And then we see that big move down, okay? But again, we have to take a look at what retail traders are doing. If we're seeing a huge amount of them longing the high here and we form, okay, that entry trigger signal, okay, for the short trade, we take it, right? We take it because we understand what is most likely about to happen, right? We've had a good move up. We're expecting a bad move down, okay? Exactly like we saw it here. Good move up, bad move down. Good move up, bad move down. Good move up here, bad move down, right? It's the trend at the moment, right? Like I've been saying recently quite a lot, trade the trend until the trend breaks because the trend is your friend until the end, right? That is literally the saying that I'm live and swear by to this day, okay? Just looking for trends, right? What is the trend at the moment? Continue to trade that trend, right? It's like this period here, on a stream quite a while back now, I just literally walked through every short trade that I took here. I took 6 short trades after swing failure pattern of all-time high, after swing failure pattern of all-time high, after swing failure pattern of all-time high, okay? All 6 of those trades were profitable, 6 in a row as well. Okay, it's very rare that you see that. Okay, and I understand that that's like a very, very rare thing. But what I'm trying to prove to you guys is that it's just trading the trend. Okay, until that trend breaks. Okay, in the end, right, that trend actually never broke. Okay, it continued, and then I had a short trade. That's why I had a short trade from literally the exact high, because we never met the all-time high again, right? But at some point, right, that trend is still in play because we haven't come up and taken all-time high out again. But at some point, we may take all-time high out again. Again, of course, right, that trend may come to an end, right, where we break all-time high, we don't get a swing failure pattern, and then we continue higher, right? And that will be the end of the trend, okay? So for me, right, it's just trading the trend that we're in at this moment in time. For me, I would prefer higher prices from here, to be perfectly honest with you. And I would be looking for that short trade at higher prices, okay? I would be looking for a short trade like this at higher prices, right? I am also looking for a long trade if we do get a pullback here. I do still think we are quite bullish here. So yeah, for a move down here, it's just another longing opportunity. I would get stopped out of this long trade that I'm in. So this long trade, of course, that I'm in, I would get stopped out of this long trade because I've moved my stop loss to entry. Okay, and this entry, the entry for this next long trade is at pretty much the same price, right? The entry price that I'm in on the current long trade. So yeah, that is what I'm looking for. I'm still pretty bullish, right? I would like to see higher prices for a short trade. Okay, again, for a short trade. Whether we get the short trade set up or not, I don't know. I don't care. Okay, if we get it, great. We can look for lower prices. If we don't, okay, if we don't get it, right, we can look for higher prices and we can look to ride the long trade higher. So yeah, that's what I'm looking for. I will just pull up the chat, sorry, because I've just noticed that there's been some comments coming in. Hi AJ, hope everything is all right now. Good to see you back, Mo. It's good to see you back, my friend. How are you doing? I'm doing I'm doing good, thank you. Are you paying attention to the DXY before entering into a trade? Not really. I would look at the DXY more as like a long term, like for long term analysis. To be perfectly honest with you, but no, not really. If it's a big hodl portfolio, then maybe yes. If I'm entering into a big spot buy, but I'll never look at the DXY if I'm just entering into an intraday trade or a swing trade, really. But don't get me wrong, I do not ignore the DXY, right? I do pay attention to the DXY. I understand it is very, very important. But like I said, I kind of view it on a broader time frame, right? I do kind of view it on the broader time frame. So yeah, that's how I use it, to be honest with you. Again, it's like with the stock market as well, with the S&P 500. I don't tend to look at the stock market and let that deter me from entering into a trade on Bitcoin. Yes, okay, if we're seeing a huge crash in the stock market, right, maybe I will hold off on a long on Bitcoin, okay, because most of the time when we see a huge move down on the stock market, Bitcoin does follow it. But we have to understand that they are inversely, they can become inversely correlated. Just to give you an example, right? Throughout the whole of June, okay, I was in a short trade. Okay, so from the start of June, okay, I was in a short trade from this high here. We shorted this down to the low. Okay, so we had this big short trade here. But what was the stock market doing? The stock market was rising, right? Did that deter me from entering into the short trade? No, absolutely not. Okay, I understand. Yes, okay. If I'm in a long trade and the stock market is rising, okay, I feel a little bit more confident in the long trade that I'm in on Bitcoin. But I understand as well, right? What's the stock market doing at the moment? Well, the stock market is rising, having a really nice rally off of this big pullback that we've had, right? What's Bitcoin doing? Right. Well, we've had a really big pullback, exactly like we did on the stock market. We're having a nice relief rally, but we're kind of pausing here. Right, we're kind of pausing. So yes, I'm happy to see the stock market rise. Good, but okay, then we have to remember, okay, Bitcoin's not actually really following it. Yes, it is following it, but it's not doing exactly what it's doing. Right, we could actually see Bitcoin pull back here. Okay, for of course that next long trade that I'm looking at. Okay, for then an increase in price, right? So yeah, not really taking the stock market into consideration. It helps, okay, and it's nice when they're correlated. Great, okay, it fills me with more confidence in the trade. Not that I don't have confidence, but it just like maybe overwhelms me with confidence. I don't know, but yeah, it fills me with confidence if they are doing the same thing. Okay, but yeah, it won't deter me from entering into a trade whatsoever. But yeah, thank you for that input. So yeah, for me, right, where I'm sat, it's patience, right? It's literally just patience, because I'm in a nice trade. I don't feel like I'm under positioned. Okay, I always like to be in a trade, right? I understand that I don't always have to be in a trade, but I do like to be in a trade because I understand that price is always doing something, right? Whatever time frame it is, okay, price is always doing something, okay? Over time, price is either rising, price is either pulling back, or price is consolidating, right? Again, when price is consolidating, I like to look for those intraday, those day trades, right? When over time price is increasing, I want to be in a long trade from around the low, okay? Exactly like I've been these two prior times here, okay? And well, where I currently am now. Over time, price has been increasing, and I've been in a long trade from the low, okay? Here, yes, I'm looking for price to increase, right? So if let's say price did come up to $67,000, right? I'd be saying what I'm saying about these trades here. I was in a nice long trade from the low, okay, and I was going with that ride, and I was making profits on that rise, okay. So I tend to always be in a trade, okay. Not of course there are going to be periods when I'm not in a trade, but I tend to always be in a trade, because for like a swing trade, right? This is a trade that you're looking to have open for a long period of time. So maybe I'll have a big swing trade open at times. Okay, and then I'll be looking for intraday trades as well. Okay, that's exactly what happened on this move up here, right? We had a swing trade. I then took an intraday short trade from here. We had a rise up, then I added to the long trade here and went up for that final high. So yeah, going back to what I was talking about, I'm quite happy with how I'm positioned in the market at this moment in time. I wouldn't want to be positioned in any other way. Okay, I'm quite comfortable with how long I am. I'm happy with the level that I'm long from. Yes, it would be nice to have a short trade, and I understand there was a bit of an intraday short trade from there. Okay, for this pullback, that would have been nice to be in. But again, right, I've got my plan. I'm in my trade and I've got my plan. Okay, if I pull back, I get stopped out. Right, I can realize $2,000 in a profit, right? I've already realized it, right? And then of course, then we have the possible long trade setup from there, okay, which I would be looking to take. All right. Yes, we could get a short trade setup, right? If we see a short trade setup, of course, I'm looking for the short trade setup to be a little bit higher, right? But it could come sooner, right? We may see a rise up here. Okay, we may get rejected off of the mid range here. Okay, we may be presented with a really, really nice short trade from up there. Okay, who knows what's going to happen? I don't know what's going to happen, right? I'm just looking at high probability trade setups, right? I understand what the high probability trades are, okay, and I remain patient and wait for those trades. When I see those trades, I then take those trades. Okay, it's again, right? If you're just entering into a trade for the sake of it, you're most likely going to lose that trade, right? There's a high chance you're going to lose that trade. But if there's a real reason, okay, a real authentic reason for taking that trade, not a silly breakout of a level, okay, an authentic mathematical, if you would like to call it, like mathematical reason for it, okay. I don't know if that's the right word, mathematical, but when you've got a lot of traders trapped, okay, mathematically in my head, I'm thinking, again, I don't know if that's the right word for it, but if we're pulling back, if we start to pull back and we have those trapped traders, right? Traders selling, okay, it's just going to push price lower, right? It's a real reason to be looking to enter into a trade, okay? Again, once the majority of the market have been completely wiped out, okay, and then I see a nice long trade setup, right? For me, right, that is a strong, high probability trade. Okay, that's exactly what I'm in right now. Those are the only trades that I'm looking for, right? Those high probability trade setups. Okay, not looking for these, again, silly breakout trades of triangle patterns, head and shoulders, all that nonsense, all those retail charts that, again, retail traders, 95% of them fail, all right, in the first like 3 months. Okay, 95% of them fail. Why trade like them? Why trade with the tools that they use? It just baffles me why people do that. It really baffles me. But I understand at the same time as well, because that's how I started. I can openly admit that I was trading like a retail trader, and I lost like a retail trader as well, big time as well. It wasn't anything small. It was big time losses. It is what it is, right? But then again, okay, I've learned from my lesson. I've stuck at it, and I've focused on the important things, the things that actually move the markets, not breakouts of triangles. If you watch this channel or not a lot, you know that I hate on breakouts a lot. Okay, but yeah, it just frustrates me, right? Because it's not how markets move, right? It's not how markets move. Markets move because of the orders coming in and orders coming out of the market, right? That's what moves the markets. Okay, the big traders as well, absorbing, right, sells, absorbing buys. Okay, those are what move markets as well, right? Not breakouts of levels. Okay, yes, it works the odd time. Okay, but it's not something that is sustainable, right? It's not sustainable. Right, take me as an example, right? I didn't last long trading triangle breakouts and head and shoulders breakouts and bull flag breakouts. Didn't last long at all, trust me. But then once I started to understand how these markets actually worked, right, that's when, okay, I then actually started to really progress, and I've now put myself in the best position possible, okay, within these markets. But also, I can confidently say that I'm going to be around for a very long time in these markets as well. Right? I know that because I know now how the markets work, right? So it's all about just putting in that little bit of work, right? Well, I say a little bit, it is going to be a lot of time consuming. It's going to take a lot of time, okay, but once you understand it, okay, once you can visually see it, once you can spot it, okay, it will come. It will come, trust me. Yeah, that's kind of the bit of waffling that I've got going on. So yeah, if of course if there are any questions, please do put them in the chat. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions. And if you haven't already, please make sure you smash that thumbs up button as well. Really helps me out, helps the channel out, and I can continue to bring this content to you as well. So yeah, please smash that thumbs up button. But yeah, as well, if you've got any questions, please do put them in the chat. And yeah, I can take a look at anything you want to look at or answer any questions you may have. But yeah, going back to what I was saying earlier, patience for me right now. Patience. I'm in a good position. Patience, right? I'm not rushing to get into a trade. I'm not rushing to get into a low probability trade. Okay, I'm happy with where I am. Okay, so it's patience, right? Relax, kick my feet up, just relax. Okay, I'm not stressed, or I'm not worried. Okay, it's just relaxation. Okay, knowing that I'm in a good place. Okay, and now, okay, I've got my plan. If I see one of these plans play out, right, I will trade that plan. And yeah, it's as simple as that. It's not simple, but once you understand, okay, you get yourself in the flow. Okay, it all just flows together. It all just works, and it's quite easy. So yeah, once you put in the work, it does get easy. It does get. It's like anything, right? It's like anything. But yeah, we've been live for almost an hour now. So yeah, let's see if there are any questions. Oh, I can pull up the chat there as well. Didn't even know I could do that. But does it come up on the? I'm not even sure. Oh, it has. That's cool. So yeah. What else? What else? Of course, the short from all-time high is something I'm looking for. The short from all-time high. Let's just say, right, we've got above here, we've got above POC, we've got above value area high, we broke the bearish structure, we come to all-time high, okay, we see lots of long trades opening up, we then form the failed auction. That's a big short trade I'm looking to take in the future, because I understand what retail traders are going to be doing up there. I know they're going to be longing the anticipation, so we may not actually see all-time high, right? Exactly like we didn't see it back here when I took the short trade here. Okay, we had loads of long trades opening up, right? Anticipated because they were anticipating all-time high. We then formed a failed auction, okay, which gave us a perfect short trade setup, and we saw a big pullback, right? So we could see the same thing here, where we actually front run all-time high again because we're seeing so many longs anticipate all-time high, failed auction, swing value pattern, whatever it may be. We see the big pullback, okay? But again, all-time high, we could see the same thing, right? Everybody longing the breakout of all-time high because they think we're going to go to 100K. We then form a failed auction, swing value pattern. Perfect trade entry. But for me, I have to see the longs opening up at the high. If I don't see the longs opening up at the high, okay, and we're not seeing a huge portion of the market getting wrecked, for me, it's not really a short trade, right? I need to see those longs opening up at the high. But we're away from there. We don't need to talk about that too much. If once we get there, that's when I'll go into detail with that. But the focus is where we are now, right? We don't want to get too ahead of ourselves. Of course, we have our plan. I know my plan. I know the next short I'm looking for. I know the next long. Of course, they can change, right? Something new can come up. At this moment in time, I know my next long. I know my next short, okay? And that short there, yes, that's planned in the future, right? But it's not the focus of right now. It's not the focus of right now whatsoever. But yeah, I think I will leave that there then. So I've been live for pretty much an hour now. So yeah, I will leave that there if there are no more questions. So yeah, I hope you do have a lovely rest of your day, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and thank you for Eric and Mo putting your input into the chat as well. Really, really nice to see. So yeah, it's good to see you guys back here. Mo and Eric, always good to see you. So thank you very, very much for watching, guys. Of course, if you want access to the Visionary Discord where I give all of the trades I take away, if you want the education as well, then click the first link in the description. It'll take you to this page here where you can gain access to all of that. And then, of course, if you haven't already, please smash that thumbs up button, subscribe, and turn that bell notification on as well, so you never miss another live stream. But yeah, have a lovely rest of your day, guys, and I will see you tomorrow for the next live stream. And for any Visionary members, I'll see you over on the Discord and the daily market updates. So yeah, see you later, guys, and goodbye.
Take me home, cause I wanna feel like I belong. They relate to all this pain in my past, so they listen to my song. So let's go back to where it began and where it all started from. Take this chance, one last dance, cause I've been waiting way too long. Take my hand, I wanna show you something. Promise I've been dying to see ya. They say the grass ain't always greener. I guess what they're saying is true. In my dreams, that's where I seen her. Take my heart and take all of me, girl. Let me show you what I wanna do. I wanna spend the rest of my life with you.